Hello everyone and welcome back to the fish room. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a change of pace for me, as I primarily post about my Gadiids, but today we're going to talk about Xiphophorus. I also do have some guppies and stuff in here, Siamese alligators. That's Crassicellus oblongus to the back, but mainly Xiphophorus. In here is my orange swordtail colony, Xiphophorus helleri. There's a female to the back, and the male, you can see the male sword with the nice long black strip, the bottom sword, telltale gonopodium. I'll just get a decent look at him. He's not the biggest fish, but he has been very healthy, and he's also a couple years old now. There's even this group dropped. I gave a number of them away to a buddy of mine, but they also dropped some green swords. It was probably about 70-30 orange and green swords out of the fry that were dropped, and some of them have put on some amazing colors. But for now, this guy's just gonna live in here. Also have Iliodon furcidens, a younger pair up there, doing really well. A bunch of guppy grass. So if this tank wasn't already full of fry, I would hope there would be more. See, just an incredible fish. The Xiphophorus group is a very hardy genus of fish. Do great in hard water. This is unheated. And you can see, just an incredible fish. Look at the spotting on that female. Just great. Love it, love it, love it. On to the next Xiphophorus. Alright, this next species of Xiphophorus, this is my Xiphophorus variatus, also known as the Marigold Variatus. One of the differentiating characteristics between this group and the helleri from the first tank is you'll notice that the platies, they actually don't have that lower sword. Still have the gonopodium, although these are just females, so no gonopodiums in this spot. I actually lost my alpha male not too long ago, so we'll wait and see who's gonna show up. This is Cryptocorin undulata. I still have a number of fry in here. They tend to hang out over here in this plant. You can see they just keep popping in and out. Lots of fry. Dwarf Sagittaria just grew it in a nice big hedge. Very cool stuff. Yeah, there's even more over there. Just some rocks. But within the genus Xiphophorus, they actually have a subgenus where there's true Xiphophorus and then the subgenus Platypicillus, and these guys would fall into the Platypicillus subgenus. So Xiphophorus variatus, picked up from the local pet store, doing great in a mixed tank with Xenotoca variata and Coriolis panda. Lovely. Just a really cool fish. I love the red tails. And they do live up to the name Variatus. You'll see there's subtle differences in all their patterning. The one has what almost looks like the Mickey Mouse type that you'll see. This one up in the front is a little bit more copper with some lateral line striping. And there's one right there with some vertical striping. Very cool. Very cool. Love these fish. On to the next. A little bit of a break from the domestic strains. This is Xiphophorus continens, Elkinsa, also known as the Short-Sword Pygmy Platyfish. Just a really incredible little guy. These fish, I started off with just about 6 in this 10-gallon tank, floating some wisteria and guppy grass with minimal water changes, no heater. They're just thriving. There are a ton of fish back in that guppy grass. You can see This is just an incredible little colony. The species is from the headwaters of the Panuco River drainage. I also have a Scyphia francese that was getting bullied by a larger male in the other tank. That is definitely not a Xiphophorus. You know, just your run-of-the-mill extinct in the wild Gideid. Anywho, the Xiphophorus continens is a very peaceful fish. That's probably one of the reasons why I was able to put that Scyphia in here, because I knew that they wouldn't mess with it, and it's doing a lot better. With these guys, this is a male over here. You can see the gonopodium tucked tightly against the body and going a little crazy. Females, dark gravid spot, standard for many of the Poeciliids. Really cool fish. There's another male, a little bit more slender. This is about as big as they get, and like I said, this is a 10-gallon for scale. Very cool fish. Highly recommend them if you can find them. They're not very demanding and eat just about anything. On to the next. In here, there are more Xiphophorus variatus. This is my red tail black. Also have a nice little school of Chapeleuctes and Costas. Very cool little fish. That's a Gideid, but like I said, we're all about Xiphophorus today. That's a really beautiful female. That's actually an F2. I'm really happy with how she's grown out. There is a very dark female to the back. That fish is actually over 2 years old and is incredible. I can get her to come out a little bit more. You can see just how deep the dark color is as they've gotten older. She used to be a little bit more red, but now definitely almost completely jet black. Oh, and shout out to Billy Dominguez. I got that wonky little Xenotoca melanosoma from him. You can see that's a really cool fish back there. And the Chapeleuctes and Costas, they're peaceful and they eat algae. Ah, the female's out. And my old alpha male. Very cool. I've had these fish for between 2 and 3 years, and they're doing really well. Look at that female. She is nuts. Love it. Love it. What an incredible fish. She is almost completely black. So the melanistic notes definitely take over. Actually, all the fish in here are descended from that male. He is quite old. But he's had a good life. See, there's juveniles. I actually recently submitted these guys for BAP. Just another really cool fish. Easy to keep. Again, no heater. It's just Echinodorus amazonicus that I definitely need to trim back, and dwarf Sagittaria. And there's really no aggression. These fish are all doing really well. Whenever I need to catch fry, they hide in that plant, the dwarf Sagittaria along the bottom, and I cannot get anything out. But again, super easy to find. Find them at your local pet store. Highly recommended. Xiphophorus variatus, red tail black. On to the next. And last but not least, here are my Xiphophorus helleri. These are my green swords, and they live with Iliodon whitei. Very cool fish. Heavy spotting. There's a male to the back. The males will tend to get a yellow to orange dorsal fin, somewhat reminiscent of the Xiphophorus helleri Rio Otapa location. So many of them have this heavy spotting too. I think it's beautiful. Just look at that. Incredible. Incredible. and the Iliodon whitey. This is my algae cleanout tank. These Helleri actually do pick at algae pretty consistently throughout the day. Although right now that I'm in here, they're looking at me. You can see my reflection. I'm right there. But again, Xiphophorus, such a cool group of fish. I typically do go with the Gadiids, but there's a reason why I've kept these other fish for so long. Because they're just incredible. What's not to love about that guy back there? I think that's actually a female. They're always active. They eat just about everything. You don't need a heater. If you have aeration, that's definitely a plus. They will do better. If you can maintain stable parameters for your Xiphophorus, they will grow bigger. Just love it, love it. So that's it for me for this video. I hope you liked my trip around, taking a look at all the Xiphophorus. Such an incredible genus of fish. Also a whole bunch of looks at my random Gadiids, which are all incredible. I love this space. If you like what I'm doing, hit like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to post more updates in the future.